Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and today it is day number 8 on our beginner's diary. Today was a rather short day, because the stream was also not as long, so this is probably more of a day that is very reasonable, I wanna say, for most players to be done. The first thing that I noticed when I logged in today is my cadet badge ran out. And the big deal about this is the cadet badge gives you luck, right? If you didn't see my video explaining all of these stats, oh wait, you can actually see it. If you didn't see my video explaining all of these stats, having more than the basic 100 luck is really important because it guarantees one additional drop per activity you're doing. So having more than 100 is a huge deal. And I only had the basic 100. So I was hoping for the guild buff to give me the luck scroll, which ended up happening, which I'm very happy about. However, I also want to take this opportunity to show you what you can be doing if you do not have access to a cadet badge and the guild buff does not roll luck for you. You can get over to the exchange shop, the seal shop, go to the festival trophies, because you get these by doing your wall master to get triumph seals for your artifact, and you buy this fortune cookie that you can buy once a day. And if you open this one, you again have a second chance to get the luck scroll. And I think this might actually have a higher chance for the luck scroll. I think there's like, it doesn't have the crappy auras that the guild house has as well. So that's a good way of like trying to get more than the 100 additional luck every day. And it will boost your drops significantly. Talking about drops, I actually managed to get my first scroll drop today. And I sold it for like 4.2 million, so that's pretty cool. I sold the Echoing I showed you last time around for 500k, which is way less than I listed it with you guys around, but it's still more than I expected. And yeah, is there anything else? Yeah, the mysterious shard that I showed you, I think 2 videos ago, I also sold for around 4 million. So if you take a look at my money, I'm actually on 34.5. I could have been much higher. I mean, that's already pretty good to begin with, in my opinion. Like, I really enjoy how much money I'm making on this character. However, I spent a lot of money as well, getting this ring to plus 19. I got this to 19 and not both of them to 18 because of the materials that I need, right? As you can see, this one requires me to buy a 5 cloth, sorry, which I don't have. And this one required me, it's not anymore, but it required me to pay godly iron ore, which is really cheap compared to the cloth right here. So even though the upgrade cost, like the try, costed me more on the 18 ring, plus 18, compared to the plus 17, the materials were worth less. So that's another thing that you can keep an eye on. And with that being said, you probably almost guessed it, my counterforce is now on 112, which is basically the requirement for Agares. I unlocked yet another raid, and it is Agares. I actually also used some of my guild departures on him today, because I'm at a point where the AP, the Seals of Bravery, the materials from Royals that I get, they are still helpful. They are not super mandatory for me anymore. They're cool, but there's better places for me now to spend my guild departure, especially since the mysterious shard is only worth 4 million. That's a big game changer and a reason for me to not put any more departures into the Royal Army raid. If the mysterious shards would still be like 7 million, I would still try to go for the big money drop actually. I would still actually try to farm Royal Army raid as many times as possible. But with Agares being unlocked for me, Agares for me is a huge milestone because he's the first boss that drops the Ancient Succession, which is just, it is a very rare drop, to be honest. And I only got like a handful of times. But as you can see, it's like another 14 million. The Astera Weapon Essence is like 12 million. And he drops the Sealed and Truth and Chance Scrolls, which are like 20 million. So you actually have multiple drops available on this boss that are worth more money than the materials on the Royal Army raid. And even if you do not get super lucky, even if you do not get these crazy expensive drops from Agares, they're still smaller, somewhat valuable ones. Like the steel that I got, like some of the weapon ores that are like just shy of 1 million on the EU servers. So from now on, I'll keep an eye on the mysterious shards, but for as long as they are that low, I will stop putting my guild departures on them, and I would rather spend them on Agares. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about actually is the AP that I spent today. Again, this first combat page is pretty much done for me for now. I didn't change anything here. On the restoration, I actually went ahead. I maxed out stamina, the maximum stamina. I don't really care about regen all too much on Lether, because she has crazy stamina regen herself. I went ahead and got standing endurance, so in case that I get hit, I'm not as likely to lay on the ground for like 8 hours. And max health, just to be able to take like stronger hits. Because it happened to me today in God of Death, which is the weekly special raid. He chunked me for like 9k damage. And since I already took a hit before that, I was just gone. Like, I just disappeared like a magic trick. And yeah, that's basically it. I keep making progress on these. I'm not rushing any of these. Like, they're not super helpful. I still want to have some AP left because A, accessory enhancements, and B, once I get to upgrade my Estero weapon, I'll need a lot of AP because I'll have to reforge probably a lot of times. I hope that I'm not one-shotting the plus 15 because that would just be terrible for the guide. However, reforges cost like a lot of AP. Like 19k is enough to do like 3-4 reforges. With all of this being said, since I will be busy IRL the next few days, today was already my last day for the week, and that meant I wanted to have a higher priority on weekly content. That's the reason why I did my last Baylor today, my last Redeemer, and I should have done. I didn't do it because I was kind of short on time on stream. The Wallmaster to get seals for the artifact that I'm still hunting, and I should have done guild dungeons, but if you know me, if you watch my videos, I'm not a huge fan of them, so I'm sometimes like missing out on them in the first place. However, I should have done that. That is missed value on my part, and that's the gamble that I take, where I say like, I don't need this guaranteed value. Okay, so at the end of the stream, I noticed something that I think I didn't talk about yet, but I think it's very smart to utilize once you get into the Estera raids. If we take a look at the temporal missions today, you'll see, or maybe you won't see, in the bottom one, use Kitty Encouragement Potion. And the big deal about this potion is that it will give you 30 counterforce. And if you're a quick thinker right now, if you're a smart brain, you will already know that for me, only the counterforce requirement is a problem to get to higher rates, right? As you can see, I have the power, I have the tech, I'm missing the counterforce for Lu, right? So, what I would suggest you do, first things first, do not use the Kitty Encouragement Potion ever, unless you need it for the daily. Because I will be saving all of these every day to be doing Nile and Caesar as soon as possible. Like these two raids, that's where right now the biggest money is, right? Nile Essence, Cool Enchant Scroll, Miletian Essence, all of these are like 30, 40, 50 million drops still, right? So that's what I'm hunting down basically. Keep these potions, not use them lightly. Like if you can't even do any Estera, you shouldn't be using this at all. I can see you making an argument for using them for something like Lu already, or something like Salrine already, because these two raids, they are able to drop their essence, and that basically It's also big money, like 30 million or something, right? I just want you to use this kitty encouragement potion to get to do a higher raid, which you otherwise would not be able to enter. Okay, so there's one last thing that I want to mention today, and it's about the scrolls that I mentioned so far. Some of these, as I said, especially the rank 7 ones, they are not worth much money, and people may not even buy them, even if you list them for very cheap, right? I can try to list this one again, for like the same amount. I don't want to undercut, as I said. But this one, for example, if I try to put it on the marketplace, right, for like 1 gold, I won't be able, because scrolls can only be placed on the market if by the time the auction runs out, there's still 1 day left. And as you can see, there's only 18 hours left on the scroll. So what you want to do on scrolls that you didn't sell and that are not worth making permanent, right? Any scroll that's only like few hundred thousands is not worth it, because making a scroll permanent, as you can see right here, right now is 995,000. So the scroll at least should be worth 1 million, so you're making profit. Preferably like a few million. But any scroll that is not worth multiple millions, and you just want to get rid of A, if it's like 2 million, like I'll ask like a guildie if he needs it. If no, which is probably gonna be the case, check which item slot it is for. This one, for example, Stigma, is a chest. So what I am doing, I'm going to the marketplace, I'm buying literally the cheapest mail that is available on the marketplace. Right now, 500 gold. And what I do is I open the enchant menu, I put in the item, I put in the scroll, I don't use any of the elixirs, and I just pray to God that it fails. Okay, here we are on our second try with the expeditionary enchant scroll and a helmet. So as I said, you want to make sure, since the basic enchant success rate is 25%, it's not very likely for you to succeed these. However, once you fail them, you will get one of their scraps, right? And now let me show you why it's a good idea, kind of, to do this, because what the expedition, yeah. As you can see, the scroll right now is listed for 500k. The scraps are listed for 1.7 mil. I don't think they will sell for 1.7 mil. However, if I were to place this for like 1 million right now, let's just give it a try, right? I'm gonna list this one for 1 million. If this one sells, I'm gonna be happy, because I don't think it's worth 1 million. However, long story short, the scraps of these very, very cheap enchant scrolls are usually worth more money than the scroll itself. Because the problem with scrolls like the expeditionary, it is not worth it anymore to put these on your gear using a rune, because they require a rune. If you're not using a rune with this scroll, as you just saw on the second try, it will destroy your item in case of a failure. And runes are way too valuable to be used on rank 7 scrolls. So that's another tip how you can afford losing your scroll, afford losing value, or even make money, right? In theory, just in theory. I'm not gonna suggest you to do it, but what you could be doing. Check all of the enchant scrolls, and if you find something like this, there's room for like making money, right? If I were to buy the cheapest one for 500k, I crashed it on like a 1 to 4 chance or 1 to 3 chance, and then I sell it for 1 million, you could make money of it, right? As I said, I wouldn't suggest you to gamble on it, because I don't know if the scraps will sell. The scraps are more likely to sell, by the way. But yeah, that's up to you. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much again for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as always. I hope you liked it. And definitely do make sure to check out my Twitch and my Discord. Both of them will be linked down below in the description. And I'll just hope you have a great day. See you on the next one. Bye.